Our beloved Creator is worthy to be praised. He is the greatest. Call upon our beloved Creator of heaven and earth and all that is in between to give me clear, concise, divine guidance that serves His highest good. It is so. We are now vibrating at the frequency of absolute conscious awareness. It is so. My first card today. This happened in 2015. And when I got it, I asked, what victory? This just happens to be the card there. You know, something like this. When our Creator gives us His word, we don't understand what He's telling us at the time. But over time, He, he reveals in His time what He means. So long before He puts us to the test, He plants the seeds. He walks with us all through the grooming up until the point where we must rise to the occasion. The victory clean up. Oh, this is so funny, but I have been doing a lot of cleaning up on the planet. That's a good God. I'm grateful now that I'm living in my full divinity. That was my victory. So if I'm drawing these cards, it's telling me that you are getting the same. He's speaking to you. He's saying, the victory is yours. Whatever you have your mind set on, you will achieve it because our Creator planted that seed in you. You can feel the desire, but it's not maybe perfectly clear. But whatever it is, it's very good. You're unraveling a lot of deception and something that was causing harm or pain or loss. So what I'm grateful now that I'm living in my full divinity, that means your intuition is revving in the red. It's on fire. When you feel it or you hear it or you see it in your mind's eye or you hear, trust that. Uh, it's not so much blind faith as much as it is confidence in our beloved Creator. Who needs enemies? With I'm grateful now that I'm living in my full divinity. You see, I was saying that there's a cleaning up of not necessarily a space, but perhaps a toxic mindset. Now, because our Creator is giving you this victory, these jealous people are needing to exit your space or stage left because our Creator has great plans for you and He will reveal it in His time. It's full of surprises. Wow. Power is an insane need to control others. You see, there's no authenticity in power. It's a fear-based tactic. But what I'm still looking for clarity on is our beloved Creator told me, behold, I have given you authority over all the power of your enemies. Wow. And He gave it to me for 6 months because our Creator is very persistent. This is how you'll know you onto something. It will keep on coming to mind or you'll see it repetitively. And from what I've observed in the past 7 months is a lot of insanity. So, true power is when people are in their full autonomy, where they are developed and able to conduct themselves. I mean, it must be very exhausting to try to control every aspect. Those are things that must be shared in a collaborative way because learning is a two-way street. We teach and we learn. So this is exhausting, but our beloved Creator is saying, you're doing something amazing that's making the world a better place, and you're doing this in your full divinity. And there are people that's not liking it because you basically strip them of their perceived power. Just having authority over their power doesn't imply that you now have power. It implies that you have authority over their power on a higher level. You on a higher level than your enemies because you're living in your full divinity, and they told us this, that, and now who's crying now? So if you want to be truly powerful, then you must let go of your need to control others, but you can groom them positively for autonomy with a self-sufficient, independent thinking. When they commit to a goal, they see it through because they're fully aware of what they are doing and what it entails. So anyone that will come and fool you, firstly because they're jealous, and then you, when you figure them out, they're out. Um, they done for. Focus only on what you want. When you want to go, you must weigh the pros and cons because that tells you what the next step is to do or what you must avoid or something. But you don't get stuck there, then you're clear, right? It's that commitment I'm speaking about. Once you know exactly what's expected of you and you're committed to it, you just focus on the end goal. Now, to manifest easily is to visualize. You must actually see yourself in that position. Spirit of stupidity. A lot of people would want to deter you from your goals and teach you a whole lot of other ways to manifest. That's because they wanted to control you. They wanted power over you, over your mind. But now we know the portion of the wicked is insanity. So you've overcome that. Perhaps you also were a little stupid at a point in time, like we all were, right? But you have now learned, you don't hop on the negative. You see that as perhaps red flags that need to be addressed on the path to the achievement of your goals, which our Creator planted in you. Because this is the card underneath that, so you're onto something, and that's great. And they can't dupe you. This is actually what they try to impose this on you, right? So it backfired on them. Now they're nuts. Wow. Then I got wildlife, but when I got wildlife, because of the card afterward, I thought the type of lifestyle someone was leading, like maybe some extreme party animal. And now this. It doesn't matter what your past was, but if you overcame that, then perhaps you are inspiring someone to do the same. Because all our paths are different. Some seem nicer than others, or more decent or respectable, but that isn't the point at the throne of our Creator. What is the point there is that we grow and evolve and that we serve. Then your standards are too low. Perhaps you've been allowing the wrong type of people in your space, undercover, and you kind of surrendered your will to just go with the flow. But you see, those people are like, you can't even have a conversation with them because they are set in their ways. They're on another path. The only time you can realize this is when you're waking up in consciousness and now you want to grow and evolve. Then you naturally outgrow them. Then they become toxic because they say, now you changed, you this, you that. I mean, if you're cleaning up your life, that is to be celebrated. So anyone not celebrating that is not for you. Oh wow. This is the card with it. Keep your business private. Be very careful who you choose as a confidant. Our creator is the best one because he actually replies. He gives you the answer. And that's your victory. You are in direct connection with our beloved creator. What I like is now the thumbnail on here, you can see the halo and that is what you're attaining. Because our creator can trust you. It's all about trust. So you must be able to honor yourself and your word to yourself, and then our creator can do the same. The cosmos is very interesting. There's something new every day. It doesn't run up and out and dry. And wow, divine transformation. It's the change you are bringing. You're really thinking, no, 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 hold up, wait a minute. I need to raise my standards a little because you may be not doing that thing, but you're allowing people around you to do it, you know? And if you tell them anything, then tomorrow everybody knows what's up because they are not like you. They get some joy out of misleading people, and that's like basically the spirit of stupidity because there's no progressive end goal. So our creator saying, you don't worry about nothing. You just uh, focus only on what you want. Then, are you of divine transformation? You have changed. You are now living in your full divinity. I'm certain you've been saying the affirmation. I'm grateful now that I'm living in my full divinity. By reaffirming that as often as possible brings about the transformation. You basically just have to feel it and think it and speak it, and then it in our creator's time it manifests. In our creator's time it manifests. So you're a little impatient, but you must allow everything to grow in its season. Have patience with your transformation. If you are in the chrysalis, soon you will emerge the butterfly. So now you're no longer hanging out with caterpillars. You're going through transition. It's maybe a bit lonely, but you'll end up with the butterflies. You'll get your wings. In your conscious mind, the truth has been revealed to you. Your epiphany of who you are and whose you are. And you're claiming the victory. That's why you're making this big change in your life. Because the truth of who our creator is resonating within you. That's why your enemies now can no longer misrepresent you, and you can actually see what you were tolerating before. But now since you changed, it's like, did I really put up with it? So without needing to put them down, you can be grateful that you have evolved. But you need to put healthy distance there because friends turn enemies when you surpass who they thought you were supposed to be. Wow, you aligned. You know this is your destiny. That's why in our Creator's time, all this comes together. It's like you blooming in your season. In the recent past, you, you thought about it. You thought, who is serving me and who is not serving me? And that was with in all humility because you needed to see, do these people support your aspirations like you support theirs? And so that's why when you go through the transition, it makes you think a lot because you had to think about the truth and make a judgment call on yourself and on others. Not in terms of extreme judgment, in terms of are you still aligned with them or not, but now you are aligned with our Creator. It's very exciting. So you are living in your full divinity. Our beloved Creator, what can we what can we expect? Wow, this is very beautiful. You are doing the right thing. And I said in the beginning that whatever you're doing, this cleanup is going to help many people. Maybe you're going to teach them how to observe what serves them and what does not serve them because you had this wild, outrageous lifestyle and now you're all mature and on a different vibe. But that is your rewards because perhaps you were always in nightclubs and things, but you always prayed and and you didn't use witchcraft and stuff and you tried to help people but you maybe just drank too much and whatever. But you were good at heart and that is your due reward because sometimes the one that appears to be living the wild life is actually more kind or more pious than the one in the pews. And our Creator chose you, but you're stressed about something. Something's keeping you up at night. It's not easy to be alone initially, but because you're growing in your divinity, you're realizing that you're not alone. You have our Creator, the archangels, the ascended, your ancestors, spirit guides, you name it. And you're starting to speak more to yourself and journal because you process it. What is true for you, and you found it. So you're struggling to sleep because maybe now you're doing that psychoanalysis because now you say, oh, I did this, I did that. Don't condemn yourself. And maybe you're worried about how these people will take the cleanup that you're doing. They won't be too happy, and you'll see uh, that they were actually false. So uh, I can see that you're stressing. But put your trust in our Creator. You've come this far. And He's given you the victory, so you will overcome this anxiousness. And you will reside in peace because our beloved Creator truly gives us peace that surpasses all understanding. And that means that no matter what the external circumstances, at our core, we are steady because we know whose we are. We're not walking this path alone. Definitely not. It could feel like that because other people were misleading you so that they could control you and talk nonsense about who our Creator is. But our Creator is bringing you the good news. Around you, there is a King of Cups, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Um, Maybe you are discussing your concerns with this person. It could be your dad or a good friend or some mentor. who is nurturing. Uh, he doesn't belittle you when you express your concerns. He's a good listening ear. He doesn't always give advice, but when he does say something, it's the right thing. You feel safe and protected in his presence. Hopes and fears. Oh, heartbreak. Maybe you're going to break someone's heart, or you feel like your heart is broken. But you're cleaning up because somebody did something to you. This is why you can say, who needs enemies? And because you're living in your divinity, you could work out who was doing what, because our Creator said, look at this. So don't worry about your heart breaking. Nothing with a little pain. This too shall pass. Pain is a teacher. While you're going through this crap, but eventually you say, aha. And maybe you're hoping to let go of pain from your childhood. That is also part of the cleanup. Maybe that is why you had such a wild life, because your childhood was maybe traumatic or something. So you carried that with you. But now you realize that that had its role to play and its lessons to teach. And now that you reconciled with our Creator, that you return to Him and living in truth, you are healing that. Because a divine alignment is also indicative of healing. That's why I was saying, even if your enemies are doing this, though, you don't have to put them down. Just you be grateful for your uh, awareness. That's how you stay focused. Otherwise, you'll go downward spiral on who did what and when. The victory is yours. This is the outcome. Wow, you did good. The victory is yours. You faced a lot. You faced a lot of challenges. The path wasn't easy for you, but you persevered and you sought the truth and you followed your divine guidance and you made a judgment call and you said who can stay and who must go. You did the cleanup and you removed anyone misleading you. So, you see, our beloved Creator, He brings you to it and sees you through it. Oh, wow. Continue to have a healthy inner dialogue, a sweet inner dialogue with our Creator. With our Creator, you don't have to just be this adult. You actually have to be like a big child with the Father, you know, and have a real conversation. Like when you're stressing and you're praying to our Creator, then it is real. You're not trying to sound right or so that you say, this is how I feel. This is what I'd like. No, very real, but in the sweetest way. Because if you never got love as a child, our Creator is willing to bestow that love upon you. And you are now willing to receive it because you are worthy. That is why you can access Him. If you weren't worthy, you couldn't have accessed Him. The prayers of the wicked are not being answered, but yours is. Well, this is very lovely. Thank you, our beloved Creator, for always being sweet with us and for acknowledging our checkpoints and our progress and reminding us that we are living in our full divinity, that we must focus on what we want, that we must separate the wheat from the chaff, and that just by cleaning up our lives, we are an example to others to do the same. Because actions is a better teacher than words. And we're grateful that you brought us the truth. very much. You are worthy to be praised. You are the greatest. All praise to the Most High. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.